Hey, Jason Parker here with the Parker Power Hour. Right now I'm drinking some tasty coffee from Common Room Roasters. This is a Kenyan. You can really taste the black cherry, cola, and raspberry tasting notes. Shout out to Jeremy and Ed down there in Dana Point for roasting up this amazing coffee. Raised in Melbourne, roasted in California is their motto. Just super great coffee, especially if you're a fan of Australian coffee. You can see I'm rocking the Verve shirt too, my former employer. Someone else I worked for was I worked one of the delivery apps. You guys know them all now: Postmates, Uber Eats. I might actually even throw in a promo code at the bottom of the comments today. Maybe you can get on there and get 10-20% off free delivery, whatever the deal is. One of my first jobs for one of the apps was picking up some cupcakes from Sprinkles. So they put in some flavors. I went to the Sprinkles. It turned out they didn't have any of those flavors. So I text the number of the person, the contact information. I'm like, hey, this is Jason from blah, blah, blah. What flavors of cupcakes do you want? This lady texted me back. She was not happy, and she was frightened that I had her number and I knew who she was, and she had no idea about these cupcakes. She literally told me she was going to call the police and that I shouldn't contact her anymore. Well, it turns out it was for a surprise birthday. The cupcakes were, so I totally ruined the surprise, scared the hell out of her, and then I, of course, didn't get a tip either, the jerk. But hey, that's the way life goes. I had another experience doing the same app. I picked up a pizza at Garage Pizza over here in Silver Lake. I picked the pizza up. I was in kind of a hurry, and instead of walking around to the passenger seat, setting the pizza, I tried to go through the driver's seat, and I had the pizza, and I shoved it into the door, and when I did, I hit the side of the door, and the whole pizza flipped over in the front seat of my car. So I lift up the box, the pizza's upside down. I kind of flip it over, close it, I bring it into the spot. Half the cheese is glued to the inside of the pizza box. So I get a new box from the guy, I slide the pizza over, I scrape off all the cheese with like a fork. I'm not using my fingers for anything. I think they might even give me a plastic glove, and I set the cheese back on there. I was already running late with the order, and I jump in the car, be careful this time not to spill it. I get to some house in Los Feliz and run it in. I literally rung the doorbell, shoved it into the person, and ran as fast as I could so they wouldn't see. But I think they still tipped. They didn't say anything. I didn't get fired, so that was a big plus. Speaking of great food in Los Feliz, one of my favorite places, a great place for groups, super tasty, affordable food. I think they're usually on Groupon too, is Best Fish Tacos in Ensenada. Awesome fried whitefish. It's just a great place. It has I feel like it's one of those places that's not going to be there in a couple of years, that urban sprawl is going to knock it down and they're going to build a bunch of awful condos in Los Feliz. But while it's there, go, as I said, get the Groupon code. They have the best salsa bar in Los Angeles. Casa Ladonia in downtown is a really great salsa bar, but this with the crema and all the other great stuff, it's definitely the way to go. I know a lot of people really love Ricky's Fish Tacos, also in Los Feliz, but this is way better, 100%, I think. I know I'm going to get a lot of mail feedback, people mad that I said that, but I don't really care. Best Fish Tacos for life. I know a lot of people like my movie choices. If you're looking for a great 90s ninja film, during the 80s and the 90s, I was a ninja nut. I've got people walking on the side here. Punk kids, probably. Millennials. Kids nowadays. With one cool 90s ninja movie, The Hunted. Stars Christopher Lambert. You guys know Christopher Lambert from the Highlander series. Instead of a medieval sword, he's rocking the ninja sword this time. There's a great battle on a high-speed bullet train and going from Tokyo, and it's cool because at the end of each scene, there's like the characters are covered in blood. Like they really go for it. It's not one of these things where, you know, somebody gets cut, like the American Ninja series where somebody'd get cut and they'd fall down, there wouldn't be any blood, or like the Matrix. I always hate that stuff. Let's see some blood. Let's have it kind of realistic. But The Hunted, great movie. A little cheesy, but what are you gonna do? It's, you know, it's a ninja flick. My song recommendation of the week is Alex Winston's Fire Ant off her 2012 album King Kong. Alex Winston's from Michigan. She got a lot of press early on for covering Everlasting Light by the I've totally just blanked their name, but you guys know who they are, that big hipster band that everybody loved. It doesn't matter, Howling for You, all that good stuff. But Little Red Fire Ant is an amazing song. I listen to it at least once a week. Little red fire ant, let me touch you. I don't know. I don't know all the words exactly. I'm better with singing along than actually remembering everything. I know a lot of people really like my dream journal segment. So last night I had quite a doozy. I was with a bunch of coworkers from my job, and we were on the bottom floor of this big giant building, and we took the elevator to the top. And the whole top floor of the elevator was this crazy train system. I don't know how big this building would have been in real life, but it was pretty cool, like to get off the elevator and then get on a train and like go around the building and stuff. And then I woke up, you know how those dreams do it, where it's reality isn't really reality, but it was cool. It seemed really real, and it made me think like, that'd be cool, it's a train system on top of a building, you know? But that's why it's a dream, you know? On the, you guys know, if you're looking for somewhere to donate, obviously Puerto Rico, just make sure you're giving the money to somebody who's going to get the stuff to Puerto Rico. But if you're looking for something else, Medivivor. My wife has stage 4 breast cancer that's metastasized. We actually, the last month, when I'm not at work or at home, I've been in the hospital just going through one thing or another. She started a new trial drug, Gimzar, one of the two. Hopefully this works and doesn't, you know, that keeps her alive for another 10 years. But medivivor.org, great, doing research into metastatic breast cancer. If you don't know what metastatic breast cancer is, or just metastatic cancer in general, METS, do some research, because it's something that's going to affect every one of us here. If you're you want to know more about me, I've got articles on my LinkedIn. Look me up, Jason Parker. I'm on the website Quora too, the question and answer site. I've been answering a lot more questions on that lately about coffee and movies and other weird stuff. I really like the site a lot. I've been on there since 2000, I think into 2010 when I read an article in Time magazine. I've got the new video up on Bleeding Critic under my alias Nick Destro. If you have any coffee questions, ready to open a coffee shop or do something else. Oh, we got the police. This is the problem with living in the ghetto. Besides punk kids walking by your, you know, thing, and it is what it is. Better than a police helicopter, I guess. But please email me, incidentallycoffee@gmail. I can answer any questions. If you're interested in hire me as a consultant, my first meeting is consultation is free. Just buy me some lunch and we can talk about whatever you're interested in doing. As usual, and there's the police helicopter. Oh man, it's doing some crazy whoa. That's pretty crazy. I wish you, hopefully who knows. Classic. Can you see it? Oh, there he is back there. This is the thing with living next to the freeway. You get all sorts of action. As usual, all the links to everything I talked about will be in the comment section of this this YouTube page. Please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. I'm hoping eventually to have fancy graphics. Hopefully there's something cool down here or up here or something. Jason Parker Power Hour right there. And as usual, the Power Hour is under 10 minutes today. Eventually I might even get to a whole hour. Please tune in next week and have a great rest of your week.